topic is the impact of upcycling on marine conservation from fashion waste to ocean art. Please welcome the next talk from Miss Mary Dean Lamoste.
Okay. Good afternoon, good evening. Can you hear me well?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Shag, for sharing what you're doing in Pakistan. So my heart has been beating while watching your graphics because I used to work in marine conservation for 5 years. I was managing a team of researchers focusing on fisheries of mobile arrays, assessing the reproduction. Assessing the population of sharks and sea turtles in the Philippines. So I hear your hardships, and also the success. And I think it's really wonderful that, aside from the Philippines and Indonesia, our countries are also doing the same things, also struggling this, we are fighting to find ways. And yeah, I think it was really good to hear that because it fuels to the reason why I'm invited to be in this meeting and to present where I am now and how did I become a social entrepreneur before becoming because I was a marine bio before. So I'd like to explore with you okay, it's working. Okay. Okay, so I would like to share with you how I explore social enterprise and arts while working in marine conservation and how it has led me to discover fashion waste, to empower women, also raise awareness about what's happening in our marine ecosystems. So my topic will be about the impact of upcycling on marine environment and what I did to find solution from fashion waste to ocean art. So I have a question. Have you ever wondered how your pair of jeans is made? Like any other man-made thing, it goes into a series of processes. So first one is that first planting cotton in the field, harvesting and transporting them to fabric companies. Then it will be distributed to garment factories where they will be applying dyes, chemical, and produce jeans based on brand. The jean will be then distributed all around the world and reach your homes. For a few months, it will be the favorite masterpiece in your closet. And after some time, it will be just one of the hundreds of clothes piling up in your closet or the ones that you give away. But what really is the cost of creating a pair of jeans? Do you have any idea? Okay. So a case study by the brand Levi's, I think most of us are familiar with that. So Levi's conducted a life cycle assessment in one of their products to see its environmental impact. And they found out that a pair of jeans uses 4,000 liters of water in its entire life cycle. That's about 3 days worth of one US household water needs. And then they also found out that a pair of jeans emits 33.4 kilograms of carbon dioxide, which is equivalent to 69 miles driven by the average car. If any one of you have a car, you probably will know this. And then a pair of jeans uses up to 1,500 kilowatts of electricity. That's about 246 hours of watching TV. So you can imagine how many years is that? Or maybe, yeah. How many years now? Crazy. And then what's really surprising is that a pair of jeans requires 1 kilogram of cotton, and then 1 kilogram of cotton requires 20 liters of water to produce. So not accounted for is the land used to grow the cotton, and then the eutrophication and the pollution a pair of jeans can do. So, oh my God, it sounds so depressing, but I think what's depressing is seeing it ending up in the landfills, waterways, and the oceans are, it's really, it's sad, like out of like all the I guess the problems, all the issues being faced by marine animals, plus on top of like the waste that we are producing. So according to the documentary, The True Cost, I'm not sure if you've seen this one. So the world consumes around 80 billion new pieces of clothes every year. And then it is 400% more than the consumption 20 years ago. So imagine how we buy, we dispose, we buy, we dispose. So the US alone, they throw away up to 11.3 tons of textiles per year. And then that's about 2,150 clothes per second. So that's the US alone. How about the rest of the country? And then just imagine that in global perspective, there's only about 12% of the material used for clothing alone ends up being recycled. So let's talk about the environmental impact of fast fashion. So fast fashion, they uses cheap synthetic. So if you're touching, you can touch your clothes now. If it's stretchy, it could be the polyester or the nylon. So every time you wash your clothes, they also shed tiny plastic called microplastics. And then this microplastic, because they're so small, water treatment plants, if there's even a treatment plants in your area, it goes directly to the rivers, to the seas, and to the bottom of the ocean. And then on top of that, when you wash your clothes, there is a discharge of dyes, fertilizers, and toxic chemicals. And if this is left untreated, it leads to water contamination. And basically, what the water goes to the river, to the spread to the sea, and definitely to whatever is living in the sea. And there is a case study in India and in Bangladesh that dye wastewater discharge is maybe linked to a dramatic rise of diseases in these regions, according to some of the research they've been doing. And according to the World Economic Forum, they estimated by 2050 there are more plastic in the ocean than a fish. So can you imagine eating a plastic? So I think let's just assume all of us eat fish. So assume that you're also eating plastic. So it's so sad, but I guess that's the reality of it. So microfibers, when they're released from your clothing, and other microplastics are sometimes they are mistaken by food. As I mentioned, they are mistaken by food by the fish and other marine animals. And this is not only harmful for the animals that ingest it, this is also harmful for the bigger animals, bigger in the food chain, and basically including us, eating the fish, eating also the plastic. And yeah, well, the fish has spoken. So what we did, I guess, our team decided to be part of the solution to lighten up the mood of the fish. Like this is what I guess this is the reason why we do things that we do. We wanna apologize in a way because we could never undone what we've done. So let's just do something in our own little ways. So we figured out that the waste can be turned into an opportunity, and through innovation and creativity, extending the life of fashion waste through community empowerment before the fabric ends up in the landfills, causing environmental degradation. So we've created our social enterprise. We call it tagpi tagpi. It's a Filipino word for patching things together. It was initially launched with the intention of providing economic opportunity for underprivileged women in the rural coastal communities. These women have limited access to economic opportunities due to age-old traditions and the norms of them being a woman. And basically, as the frontliners, they have witnessed the harsh reality of climate change, and so how their environment is becoming a waste dump site. And we saw how frustrated and they are that they are losing their livelihood, and at the same time we can also see that they are really hopeful for a better future ahead of them, especially for their younger generation, for their kids. So what we did is we provide them with personal initiative training to introduce them the concept of circular economy and sustainable business. And by doing this, we were able to give a new lifespan for fabrics by reducing the demand for the new resources and minimizing the environmental impact associated with production and disposal. We also provide them a source of income and business opportunity. They were able to interact with our partners. They are being invited to showcase their products. Unlike before, they were just mothers staying at home. So now they were exploring, like talents and skills that they never know they have. And then we are empowering them that, there are boundless of opportunities in the marine environment. You just don't need to be a wife of a fisherman drying fish. You can be creating products to sell to tourists. Like tourism is the #1 industry in most Southeast Asian countries. Philippines is that's like the second top source of income in the Philippines. So we really push for providing them an opportunity that, to showcase creativity and building a community building a community of women who inspire each other, who aspires change, who aspires to be part of, a group of people who are not just up for the money, but also up for, bringing something positive for the environment and to their community. And for 3 years, we are continuously exploring new ways of upcycling, and definitely we are far, far behind from with other organizations who are, using tech, using like really exploring a partnership abroad. We are still really localized in the Philippines, and our method still requires a lot of we're still, looking for more collaboration. We're still looking for progress and innovation. And like what matters for now is that we are creating circular opportunities for women. We see them really happy with their art output. We see them having knowledge of how plastic is impacting their environment, how their purchases of clothes, can impact the way they think, the way they present themselves, the way they sell the products now. It's really personal for them because they have a first-hand experience. Like most of them don't know how to swim, but because of the exposure of like creating these products, and we also tried to bring them to the ocean from time to time just for them to see, like, what are we fighting for. Like it's always good to put a face on, like we are the one helping them do this, but by the end of the day, they are the implementer. So what we want to explore now is that there are more youth movement addressing the issue. We really want to work with them. And then we are also working alongside organization in raising awareness about its effect in the marine environment. So what's really important is that when Tagpi was created, we really we really highlight what SDG goals we are contributing to. Like for someone who was really into marine conservation for a couple of years, I think you have a common ground before we started that this is what we wanted. This is the SDGs we are strongly supportive. We will be open to other SDGs as well, but this is the expertise we have now. This is the knowledge that we have now. So basically, this is the focus that we will be focusing now on, and hopefully we can explore the rest of the SDGs in the later part. So thank you so much for Fishbee with you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Lamoste, for your amazing and interesting share. Yeah,